welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. So today we are back in Lakefield Zoo for another franchise mode video, and I am here with the gibbons, which I believe was the last episode that we did on the channel, was build this enclosure for the gibbons. It was years ago since I posted my last video on the channel at all, so yeah, sorry about that, it's been so long. What I'll do is I'll dive straight into build mode as soon as I can and give you a bit of a catch up there, and yeah, just sort of get back into the groove of creating videos. I'm also having a bit of audio trouble at the minute. I can't seem to get to separate my tracks between my mic and my general game audio, so if there's any issues about this video then just please bear with me. I'm sort of getting into the groove, but I thought you might appreciate a video sooner than later. So before we get too deep into the video, I just wanted to apologise because I filmed the video with an issue where my footage was cropped, so you can't actually see all of the UI. I'm really sorry about that, but I only realised it after I'd already built everything. So I do go back and I change some of the footage in the real-time section after the speed build at the end, but sadly that's all I was able to do. Yeah, so sorry because that really upset me. Hope you appreciate that I'm doing something, and I promise to post another video as soon as I possibly can. So yeah, I'll let you get back into the video. Thank you for understanding, and sorry for that if it's a pain. I'm pretty keen to get straight into building, so we'll do that in a minute. I'll just have a look at these notifications. So we've got some research unlocked and high amounts of litter. I seem to remember that being an issue last time. Oh, we've got some bins that need replacing, so I'll just do that now. I'll have a look at what needs to be done and we can come back after the build and sort a few things out. So what I did have in mind for today's build was for us to come over here, which is beside the Asian small-clawed otter enclosure. And I was thinking about creating an enclosure for something like the red panda. So something that was already in base game, ideally, because I'm not up to date with all the different packs that have been out recently. And also something small and simple just to get me back into the groove. So yeah, that's what I had in mind. So I will now jump straight into the speed build and catch back up with you after. Okay, so it has been a very long time since my last video for this series and on my channel in general, so sorry about that. There have been a lot of reasons for it. Life's obviously been very busy in general, but I also just got quite fatigued with the editing process because it was just really slow on my old computer, and I think I talked about that a little bit in my last video, but thankfully I've now got a new computer and it is so much faster to edit videos and just create videos in general, so it makes a huge difference to how motivated I feel, as I used to just absolutely dread the lag and it will just put me off doing everything, to be honest. So that is no longer a problem, hopefully, going forward. I also started this video ages ago, but like I already mentioned, I had fully recorded all of the footage of the build and what would have been a full video, and then I realised that the footage was cropped, so that really disheartened me and it made me feel less motivated to post it because I'd spent so long filming everything just for it to be ruined, and I knew I'd probably have to at least redo the end section after the speed build. So I may have had a bit of a mental breakdown for a while before facing that problem, but I am keen to start making videos again. So even if it's not as regular as once a week, just to begin with, I'll try and post like once in a while or just as often as I can until I get a bit of a routine for it worked out, because I definitely do miss making videos and the community and everything that comes with it. And I actually decided to start making videos again thanks to one of your comments that I saw, because I was toying around with the idea because I just upgraded my PC a while back and I thought it'd be a waste of like potential income not to pick it back up again as a project, and obviously I enjoy it. And I just randomly out of the blue like checked my channel stats out of interest and saw a comment on a video from this franchise series saying something along the lines of, oh, you need to start making videos again for this series. And I thought, you know what, this is clearly a sign, because I'm thinking about it anyway. I mean, it's obviously been so long and I feel so out of the loop with Planet Zoo and other games that I'm definitely not up to date with game updates and content and packs that have come out. And as well, the standard of YouTube content has improved a lot since I last created a video. So I was doubting whether people would still be interested in watching my videos and builds and if they would still want to follow the series. But that comment just really motivated me to post this. So thank you to whoever wrote that. Maybe you'll recognize yourselves, I don't know. I don't actually have any specific plans yet in terms of next videos that I would create. I'll probably continue to post for this series, at least because it was the most successful series on my channel when I was actively creating content. And I think I'm most proud of it, and I do enjoy creating for it a lot. I might also pick up other old series again and revisit those, or I might start some entirely new projects. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but I just wanted to start off with something I was really familiar with, because just getting back into learning all of the recording and editing software again was a bit intimidating, and I did encounter some issues again with a cropped video, but also had some massive issues with audio as well, so that was really stressful. And I also might revisit Astride again, which, if you're not familiar, it's a horse riding game that's in development, and I'm currently supporting it on Patreon. I've got a couple of videos already on my channel if you want to go and have a look at them for context, but I'm just really looking forward to that, so I might make a video update about that just to remind myself of progress again, feeling really out of the loop with that, or maybe another game. I'm not sure where it's going to go yet, but definitely I'll be doing something somewhere. So before I get too distracted, I should probably give you a little bit of context about what I'm building. And I know I said I was going to build an enclosure for the red pandas, and that was because I had a design for them in my head that was based on a red panda enclosure in a local zoo near me that's quite similar in style to this build, and it kind of looks like the otter build in this zoo too, like the Asian small-clawed otters, where there's like a short concrete wall about waist height and then a little bit of a ditch, and then the red pandas have some access to trees and climbing structures in the middle. It's quite like a circular sort of design. I did start off trying that. I think I cut the footage of me trying it with red pandas, but I ended up cutting it because the red pandas climbing mechanics in the game just were not making it possible at all. I tested putting them, like a few of the red pandas, in the enclosure early on when I was building, and they were just able to escape from everywhere. So I did really try to make it possible, and I adjusted it a bit. Again, I don't think I included that footage, but there was just no chance of making it work, so not without drastically changing the way that the build looked. So I quickly ditched that idea. I didn't feel like having to redesign a whole new enclosure for them for the video. I still wanted this sort of design, so instead I just picked the porcupines because they're kind of similar sized animals, similar vibe, and they're very much land based, so I knew that there wouldn't be a risk of them escaping through climbing, and they were probably much more suited to this design anyway. So hopefully you're happy to have porcupines in this zoo. They just felt like the right move. I don't think the porcupines were even in the game when I was last playing in this series, so I'm sure they're an animal that I would have planned to add anyway, and I do plan on adding red pandas somewhere to this zoo at some point somewhere, so you will see them if you're disappointed that you didn't get to see them. But like I said, I just might need to plan out properly what that enclosure would look like, as I just wasn't prepared enough when I started filming this video. And also, I don't think this is something that I included in the build or in any real-time footage or anything, but halfway through building this enclosure for the porcupines, I ran out of funds, and I was so confused. I was in such a panic for ages because I had no idea why it was happening. So I was checking the finances of the zoo, and I was pulling my hair out because we were losing a lot of money on guest refunding tickets. Couldn't figure out why. I thought I'd fixed everything, and I was so stressed trying to figure it out. I ended up having to sell a bunch of animals because of this to get some money back, to just to even fix the problem, let alone make a build. Just some animals that we had in storage just to get the money back. And I also got rid of a bunch of staff as well, just to make it more profitable, because I actually thought it was just the profitability of the zoo. I thought that I was just spending too much money. I couldn't figure it out. And then I think I ended up fixing the staff in the real-time footage that I was going to do after this speed build, but then I didn't use in the end because of the issue with the cropping. So you didn't see me fix that, but the staff issue was then fixed. I did add them all back. But yeah, I was very stressed for a long time, thinking that I'd completely ruined this save file, like on my first time coming back to this save in however many years, by making the zoo unprofitable somehow. So I was very, very stressed, and that's kind of why it took me so long to create this video. But then I finally figured out that it was all because a babarusa had escaped somehow, and that was causing guests to refund the tickets. So once I'd figured that out, I soon managed to fix everything pretty quick. Yeah, I think the reason I was selling the animals to get money back was actually to capture the babarusa, because I ended up not having any money to do that. So that's why, yeah, we did have to get rid of a few animals. So they might have been ones that have been named, which is sad. So we no longer have some of those, but at least the zoo works now. So that's the most important thing. But yeah, it was just another reason that made this video so stressful and sort of put me off finishing it for a while. But it's sorted now, and I'm really excited to be able to post this for you, like at least one way or another. So hopefully you're excited too. So I've obviously made a longish voiceover for the build section of this video, just because I had a few things to update you on and talk about. But realistically, going forward, I was thinking I might not always add voiceovers to this section of the video, just because it takes quite a while to organise planning out a bit of a script and to think about it, and it's also just a bit draining, and I kind of find myself hitting off doing it just because it it's another stage of recording and editing to do, and I end up finding it a little bit less motivating just to finish a video off if I've got to record and then edit and then record and then edit and then do it again, like over and over again. I just kind of want to do all my recording in one go and then all of my editing in one go. So rather than having to do that, which is what happens when you have to make a voiceover, I'll probably just limit what I do in a voiceover sometimes, or maybe just have background music on and not have a voiceover at all. So hopefully that doesn't make the videos less watchable or enjoyable for any of you. I know I actually prefer it sometimes when I'm watching Planet Zoo content, when it's just a speed build or something and there's a bit of music on and not even any voiceover. I kind of tend to have those videos playing in the background when I do stuff anyway, so maybe you'll prefer that, I'm not sure. But let me know what your preference is down in the comments below, and hopefully, yeah, like I said, it won't sort of put you off watching them or enjoying these videos in future. I just think it's something that, at least to begin with, will help me post more regularly while I'm getting back into the habit of making videos. So anyway, that is all I had to say for this voiceover. So I will leave you here and then I will catch back up with you when we go into real time. Okay, so we are back in normal recording mode. I've got full screen and UI working now. It was annoying that it wasn't earlier, so sorry about that. And this is what the finished enclosure looks like. We've got some guests already imbuing the porcupines in there. And let's have a little look at the porcupines themselves walking around here. It's exciting for me because I've actually never played with these before in the game. So I'm sure everyone else has lots, but yeah, I had a long break from playing Planet Zoo, so this is the first time I've actually had them in any of my zoos or enclosures. So they're ever so cute. Look at them little run. So I managed to fix a couple of things off camera because, well, I did do some recording with the broken UI. I basically finished the video, realised that it was cropped, and then had to start again at least like part of the way through because I wasn't going to redo the whole build obviously because it saved the game. So sorry about that. Okay, we've got some things coming through, but yeah, so I fixed all of the staff and I did the work zones for this enclosure, so that's all sorted. I sorted some education as well, although I still need to research the changes that have been made and updates and stuff to education because I think there's some new features that I'm not familiar with. So in the comments below, let me know if there's anything exciting that you would recommend I do that I can have a little look offline after. Oh, this one lying down, so cute. After I've finished this video and got myself sorted and back in the game and used to creating videos, because we had a very stressful Babarusa escape, so that created some issues that I sorted off camera. But let's have a look at these guys and their settings. So we did have a bit of a space issue. I noticed this early on and sort of tried to expand it, but that's kind of realistic. I'm happy for it being in amber. For now, it'll be a challenge potentially once they start having babies, but that's something we can deal with because that kind of makes it realistic. And hard mode is the point of the game, isn't it, in franchise? So that's okay for now. That'll be something that we have to work out in future. It looks like we've got some overcrowding in the cassowary enclosure, so I'm just gonna check. Oh, okay, it looks like these two are on contraceptives, so they're probably aged up babies, I'm guessing. So you know what, I'm just gonna release to the wild because I know sometimes if they've been named or we want to keep them, we sometimes do that, but I can't remember. I haven't looked at my list in a while. I'm pretty keen to just get moving on this save again. So there we are. I think I'm gonna call it a day there. Again, I'm not going to name any animals, but please do put some name suggestions down in the comments below for the porcupines because they obviously need some names and any babies that they have. And what I will do is I will just pick up some more Zoom management and also some name suggestions ready for next time. I'm gonna try and get another video out as soon as possible, partly because this one went so badly wrong and it's not got like the full UI and it's got cropped video, hasn't it? So sorry about that. Hopefully you can still enjoy this video. I appreciate your patience, and I'll try and get another one out as soon as possible. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy the video, then please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.